So, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. And today we're going to review I want to do for quite some time, but didn't have time in between. There's a lot of work going on and preparing for a next con. But this is a book I finished reading about a week ago. I received it, I think this month, last month, I think in February something, or March. The thing is, I completely forgot when I backed this. Yeah, this is a book related to CG that have my own opinions about. But I completely forgot when I backed this. It was 2020, 2019, 2018? I don't even remember. But let's dig in. I got prepared this time, got my notebook ready, cup of hot tea, because it's with mint and eucalyptus, because it's kind of late and I need to, it's kind of cooling off, as you can see. Once it cools off, the picture becomes less visible, so when it's really hot, it becomes visible again. It's a nice trick from a former employer of mine. But got my notebook ready and gonna flip through it for a minute because I'm prepared this time. I need to prepare because whoa, there was a lot to unpack. Not everything's positive. So, forgot, this is it. The first synopsis, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. Then we go to the positive and the negatives. And the long story short. And that'll be pretty much the video. So let's dig in. KOZOR Descent Into Madness is created by the Barton Brothers from Australia, the former prison colony that's slowly going back to its original self. The story is by Corey Barton, art by Corey Barton and Clayton Barton, with lettering by, who else? Eric Weathers. That guy's everywhere. Once again, Clayton Barton. He's changed the artist. It is possible that the artist is an editor, but it's kind of weird. But to put they're the same as the artist. Yeah. Well, I've nothing wrong with that. I have a similar relationship with my artist. So it's created by Corey Barton, publisher Barton Press Studios, cover artist Clayton Barton, Corey Barton, Canon White, poster artist Dan Lawless, strange name, Jimmy Reyes, Michael Pedro, Shelby Robertson, the music composer. I know there was a music track from it. Oh yeah, there was in the trailer. George, get out here, Brit. George Gondopoulos. Sounds like someone of Greek descent, especially with the last name. I might be right, maybe not. Special thanks to the KOZOR backers. Here's one right here, but he's not entirely satisfied. Dan Fraga, we'll get to that later. Dan Fraga, John Maiden, Michael Bancroft, Robert Arnold. Never heard of that guy. But let's get to the synopsis. So what's about this? I'm gonna scroll through this because I'm awfully unprepared but not prepared. Here's Chief Barton with an entity that is above him, and tell him it has been a long time. And this basically the first part of the story. As the synopsis is, Chief Baron is on a quest in the swamps of Nimlaar to face the Faceless people, and they're getting attacked by flying beasts, and all hell breaks loose from then. And that's basically the synopsis here. What part 1 is, this is a nightmare sequence where Chief Baron is close to what seems to be the dark entity that I'm coming back to later, with his daughter in the background. And yeah, Lena, or Alice, her name's Alice. So you, you're my friend's daddy. And yeah, suddenly her face starts to change into that of the entity with multiple eyes. And the entity tells him that there is only salvation. And yeah, it takes on his true form. And yeah, you must wake up. And yeah, then yeah, the entity's trying to reach out from through the dream world, through the outside. Yeah, through another realm. And yeah, and then he wakes up. Then yeah, the nightmare continues. And yeah, this is basically the dimension or layer of the entity. Yeah, protects from him, for KOZOR. And there's yeah, some kind of beast, some kind of yeah, supernatural beast. And yeah, it's yeah, I think Safi's one of them. We're yeah, coming after him. And yeah, suddenly he wakes up next to yeah, one of his female slaves that he kind of stole from another gang leader that yeah, we'll come back to later. And yeah, and that a good roughhousing. And yeah, they extend the place, and they want to extend the place into the morning, but yeah, they can. They try to convince him not to go into the swamplands, but Chief Baron doesn't listen. And yeah, into the Nimlaar swamps, and they're into the first yeah, 2-carat billet, and yeah, the other one I don't even know. And yeah, what happened next is and they all apparently too had a weird dream last night with similar yeah, yellow eyes from the dark entity. And yeah, sometimes to reach out through the abyss. Indeed, he does. And once again, nice perspective, nice splash. They try to convince him, please don't go. But yeah, you know what Chief Baron is. He doesn't want. He has to go into there, get off. But yeah, this kind of right here. We're into that later because yeah, I have to move the tripod a bit up to show you. So mind that nice message. I don't know if this is dialect or something else, but I'm sure it should be massage. This could have been avoided, but yeah. That's basically they tried to convince him, and yeah, one of the other guys, Edward, doesn't even like it that he hangs out with the freaks. But yeah, she told him. Too bad they didn't show this. He smashed their leader's head with with axe of his, and yeah, he did. Yeah, and yeah, Lena, that's her name, tells him not to get too cocky around him, and he did. This one of his orc slaves who's feeding the pigs. Nice intro. Well, so far it's a nice intro, and yeah, they're ready for yeah, they're ready soon for the trip, and yeah, the orc seems to know more about it. And yeah, but Chief Baron shuts him up. What happens next is yeah, they're ready to move out, and after supplies are in order, they nice. They head into the swamps with a whole caravan of the best men to face the Faceless people. And yeah, here they encounter one. And Edward is not doesn't like it. It's kind of suspicious, and he's right. There's one of them already, and the crows or the ravens are squawking, and soon they transform into they mutate into giant creatures of the swamp, and they go after the orc first. He's the first one that dies. I want to know more about him, but apparently he does or he doesn't die. Edward is a flying, all hell breaks loose. Flying beasts attack flying creatures, and apparently the orc knows him from the outer skies, and he presumably kills him. Kills one, but then another one attacks from behind and pierces him through his back and through his spine. And one of the other creatures of the demons eats him. And Lena and there's a nice shot. And we're going to the attack against them, or try to get away, or at least now they get away. They make a run for it, and here the car crashes against what seems to be some kind of maggot or worm. And then here, Lena and Edward are standing back to back with a small frog, and she hopes to never have to face this idiocy again. And another one attacks, and also Lena presumably bites the dust. She's dead, and the frog kills the big guy. And the Faceless people, they once again reach out to the entity, reaches out to him through the Faceless people, and they convince him to come with him, and he's free falling. I can see if this is where I developed in darkness that's haunted me my entire life. Where's the voice that plagued my mind will be finally put to rest. But I changed the story, those parents let you to rot. You are like us. You are us. And he cries out loud. And what he does here, what he finds here, this is a dark entity that tried to reach out to him. His name is Marator. And his backstory is, we're getting back to that later. Thy daughter KOZOR will come for you. And I still don't know who KOZOR is. It's the woman, it's the man, it's something else entirely that we don't know about. But he descends into what seems to be the madness. And Marator is enjoying this more than expected. But here are the ones that presumably died, and also the entity, or what could have been, could be the mother or something else. They try to wrap him, and the entity tries, goes all over his body. It kind of reminds me of that panel in Star Wars Legacy where Asharad Head or Darth Krayt gets captured by the Yuuzhan Vong after he tries to escape into the unknown regions after learning everything from the ancient holocron of the Sith Lady Sozan. And it kind of reminds me just like that from that Legacy comic of John Ostrander. Another one, but then we get into the backstory of where it all began. And that's the backstory of part 3, the birth of Marator. And it starts all with, it's came from an outer world, being. The name was Mutos. Squalon was condemned among his brethren as a mutant, for he had the appearance of a disease and famine, and he has the appearance of a plague doctor. And he was pale and sickly absent of his feathers, and in the eyes of three-faced gods, the aberration such as Mutos was banished to another place, another destiny where he was doomed to die alone. But eventually another creature named Zarvai, Zaplakon, came before him, and it was anything like she was anything like he had seen before, and of course she looks beautiful. And crowdfunding flopped, but she just had to be thrust down, and two rejects eventually come. Apparently there's a rule, but an ancient rule that's forbidden between between the Crowlands and this and Zarvai, the Zeplagon, because there could have been for many reasons, because it could give birth to something that could destroy them all, and that it did. Eventually, they both bounded by the loneliness. They eventually fell in love with each other, and Zavai conceived a child, and of course Mutos told her that there's nothing to be afraid of. It would be a new dawn, a new era, but things go south from there, and out of her womb rises that dark entity known as Marator. And Marator, his soul was to forbidden love result in plunge all of the world, all dimensions into an unending age of darkness. And he could infiltrate the minds of the weak and powerful alike, turn them into empty wellness vessels of flesh and bone. Pawns that no longer had any purpose but to serve him. And eventually he dries his he rips the blood of Sarvai. This kind of reminds me of I'm heading into this reminds me of into flashback, into Family Guy flashbacks, but kind of reminds me of what happened to the patron god of the Mexica, called Huitzilopochtli. The others feared what he could become. The other his brothers and sisters, etc. And eventually he ripped out of his womb, and he basically killed all his brothers and sisters, and kicked his mother from the mountain of the gods. That's what from the mountain. From the divine mountain, and she crashed onto the floor dead. But he was dry. But instead, Marator took pleasure in watching his father suffer. And Muto's mind exploded, just like that. And the three-faced god sensed the imbalance caused by the entity Marator, and he sent everything around him. But he bound him to his will, and there was no way to escape. And then we had to this. That's actually part. What's part? That's part 4. Yeah, he's here. Seems to be KOZOR or something else. And he tells him to leave him behind. But they're telling me this is his daughter. And once again, the plague. This is the plague doctor. Tries to have some experience with him, but Marator tries to get into his invade his mind and inhabit his body, but or at least it looks like it. But here's another one, Lisa, and then we head to another character, Lisa, and here's another kind of being that I don't know the name of it, but he senses something more formidable than us. And that could be KOZOR, I think, whatever it might be. And she heads into the mountains, etc. And also Lisa's falling in all her naked beauty. And she heads into the. Once again, Marator reaches out to her. Apparently, Lisa is Alice. Is the daughter of not the daughter of the Baron, the chief Baron, and it's like your mother, and she's apparently bastard child, and I think so. what else was done? Maybe it's a boss child, maybe it's another child of him, and Marator once again reaches out. And don't lie to me, Brad. And she gets presumably consumed by him. And that's the ending. And the madness continues in KOZOR 2. And here's Chief Baron again, with one of his eyes missing, on the back cover. Now we get to, we had 3 parts. Part 1, Into the Nightmare, Waking Up. Part 2, Swamp plus Beast. The voice, Marator, reaching out to him. And the birth of him, of Marator, and his origin, between Mutos, and the child of Mutos and Sarvai. Part 4, Lisa, daughter. And now let's back to the actual review. The positives, the art from the cover alone and interiors is flawless. Almost flawless. Well, at least almost. The color splashes from the pages. And all in all, good detail, etc. And I also got a nice pair of cards. This one I'm going to save for another. I need to find a map or something, or some kind of folder so I can put them in. Because this looks really cool. Fantastic. And the background origin of Marator is of the son of Sarvai and Mutos is pretty interesting. Kind of reminds me of kind of reminds me of what the Mexica did, and also reminds me of like a combination between what an insect leader, what the Mexica did, Huitzilopochtli, and an entity known as Abeloth that's also able to invade them to influence the minds of others. Abeloth is from the Star Wars Legends that probably nobody cares about anymore because the franchise is as good as dead. But there's a lot to learn from their past material. But the negatives. But now we're going back to the negatives of things that could have been done a little better. And that goes to I know crowdfunding isn't shopping. I know there are things you can control, etc. But I completely forgot about this. I wish they could have. I know art is important, quality is important, but at least try to deliver it in a slightly more timely manner next time. And story-wise, there were some good. It was like hit or miss. It felt like some things were really well thought out, like Marator, for example. But for me, it felt like a patchwork. It is, a lot of good ideas, but a lot of good things. Things that felt rushed. It's a combination. It was kind of difficult to follow. It didn't feel like, I mean, the chief hardly does anything. Edward and Lena, 2 characters that an orc that I was interested in. They get killed off before I even start to know him. The Battle Birth of Marator. We're going back to for a moment. That's where you see here the post-its come in. Is that right? They're in 5 different colors, about 100 each. 20 of each of them, so in total you get 100. It could be cheap as well. But we have to go to the birth of Marator again. So like I said, the art was almost flawless, but then we get to this and what is this? It was it could be a character angle. I'm not an expert on art, but I think it's a character angle, but still. It felt kind of rushed, and I think it could have worked better with less text and split between 2 pages, where Marator rips out of Zarvai's womb, and then I think this part could have been combined, and that Marator rips out of her womb like this, splash from the pages. Next part, his father standing before him, and his hat of his brain power erupts in a bloody mess. That could have been, I don't know, it feels a little bit rushed and a little too crowded. I think which could have been this some splash from the pages. That splash from the page, like with the art said. So the blood flies everywhere. But that's how I would have done it, and yeah, it's also possible because I'm reading more manga, more signed mangas and other indies than than this. I was exposed to signed manga for way too long. Don't know. The other thing is, I have to go back to this part where the other red is. Here it says because it could be wrong. I could be wrong about this, but I caught a spelling error right here. So for somehow my eyes don't miss it, and yeah, I have some eczema. I don't know how to deal with it. I put some cream on it, but it doesn't seem to work. But here, please, master, we could pour you some wine and give you a nice message. I thought it was massage. Yeah. This could have been avoided with, at least some more editorial oversight from an other perspective. That, might not fundamentally agree with you, but could provide you some valuable insight. And then we get to the next one. That's why I put a little disclaimer here. Not that there's something wrong with it, but something that I noticed is the editor is the same as, the art. As the cover artist. Not there's something wrong with it, but I would have hired an editor from outside of your circles, or at least get some proofreaders. But that's my 2 cents on it. Yeah. All in all, long story short, the art is almost flawless. There's a lot of good ideas, but it could have been better if there was an extra editor or some proofreaders from outside their circles. And having the editor as a cover artist, maybe it works if it's also a writer, but it still feels strange to put that on your cover. I would have left that out. That's my opinion. I get another message for some reason. And right now it feels hit or miss. It's difficult to read. I could make sense out of it because I made, Whoops, one of my tea bags is falling. I was prepared for it because I took notes for it, but it's difficult. It didn't feel cohesive. There were a lot of good ideas, a lot of good things, but some things could have been worked out better. And like I said, some characters I started to know will get killed off immediately. It's like, oh my god, they killed Kenny. You bastards. But that's pretty much it. It's not entirely terrible, but it's not great either. This is a pattern I'm discovering with a lot of CG related books. Art is often great to almost flawless, but then story writing, it's hit or miss. It doesn't feel cohesive. And I'm about to be done with those books for some reason if this continues, because I reckon I could see the same pattern every single time. But it's not entirely great, but it's not entirely bad either. And if this comes over like me roasting this book or blasting this book into oblivion, believe me, that's not my intention. It's more observations that I'm making that from an outsider and a reader, and also a writer. I write my own. Also write my own scripts for my webcomic. There are things that could have been better. This convinced me to buy the next issue when the campaign comes out. Especially with the waiting time, etc. I'm kind of burned out on that, so nope. It's if you want to back this book on the second campaign, buy it for the art alone, but for the story, I would personally spend my money somewhere else. But that's my personal opinion. If you'd like to see me make more videos like this, you could leave a like, subscribe if you want to, and if you want to see what I'm creating with Nev, Jaguar Warrior issue 1 is now available as a vertical scrolling webcomic on the jaguarwarrior.com and also Global Comics, where you could also get yourself a print ready PDF for about $2 US, and you can also get it on Gumroad for $2 US, where you could get a print ready PDF and a nice CBR file on the side. The next book I'm going to end of fiscal before I do that, the physical copy is also on the way, and I have to also prepare for a con. But yeah, that's KOZOR. The next book I'll be reviewing. I want to originally do the Honest Thoughts, where I put the two against each other, but I'm going for one more, a more different cartoonish art style. That's Crania by Strangest Fanzine Publishing, who presents Crania. It's for adults only, which is more cartoonish art style. So that review will have to wait for a bit. Probably review it this week, or it'll be uploaded this week or maybe next week. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. My name is Spoorhacker. See you guys in the next one. I'm heading to bed because I have to work tomorrow. Talk to you guys later. Matane. Or in this case, Matareishu. I've learned something new. Ciao.